All right, we're over here by the mill and the lathe now. This camera cord is falling down here. It'll unplug the camera here. Okay, so anyway, the first thing we'll have to do is take the compound off, because what I plan on making will fit in place of the compound. So I'll see if I can kind of give you an idea of what I plan on doing here. So we'll take this compound off and we'll mount a block here, and it's going to have a 1 inch or maybe even 1.5 inches, 1.25 inch bore through it with a steel sleeve. Well, actually I'll put a bronze sleeve in it, and it's going to have a shaft that goes through there, and we'll have to drill a hole on center line. When we bore that big hole in it, we'll bore it in using the lathe to bore that hole so that it's on center line, and then we'll mount that shaft in there, and that will hold a tool bit ground to the profile of the gear tooth, and that back of that shaft will be hooked to a lever that I can plunge. Hope that makes sense to you. Makes perfect sense to me, but then again, I know what I want. And all right, so let's get this compound off. I need a wrench. I don't know if this is the size or not. Nope. Just a minute, I'll be right back. I'll go over and get a wrench here. It's a 9/16, I believe. 9/16. It's raining outside, drizzling, so that's why I'm inside. It's a metric, but it's 9/16 will work, but it is not. It's smaller than a 9/16, whatever that metric size would be. Take the nuts all the way off. Lay them up here. I don't know if, well, I had it off when I put the shield for the readout on, but I don't think I've had it off since. Here we go. Alright, so I'm going to lay this somewhere where it's not going to fall on the floor. Put it over here. Oops, don't lose these nuts. If I lose these nuts, I'd go nuts. I'd have to order them. I'd have to order the nuts, because I do not have a whole lot of metric nuts, unless it's in the father-in-law stuff. There are some metric in the electric shop, in his stuff. I keep referring to it as the electric shop. It's actually my father-in-law, all my father-in-law stuff that I bought his business before he passed away, quite a while before he passed away, maybe 5 years, 6 years. And I didn't do anything with it. I just left it where it was at, down in his garage, in his shop. And reason was, he was still feeling some days he was feeling great, and I figured that way he could, if he felt good, and he wanted to work in his shop, he could still classify it as his shop and go ahead and go out there and work in it and do what he wanted. He was out there, I think, 2 or 3 times, but I'll take this my rubber shield off here. It's held on with magnets. I was always going to do something different with that, but I just never seemed to find time to do it. I'm wiping off some of them. Ouch! Some of the steel chips off of it. Still running over there. I don't know if you can hear it over with the mic or not. If the mic's picking that up or not. And this lathe is somewhere out of the way. It'll be mill work mostly until we get the block made and so we can mount it on there. I might have to do something different here anyway. How do you get those out of there? Can you get them out if you roll? Nope. So you have to roll it all the way ahead. You can get them out, I believe. No, maybe not. Might have to take this all the way off in order to get these bolts out. Well, that kind of sucks, because I was hoping to put longer bolts in for it, for what I want to do. So I'm going to have to mill the block and put flanges on the sides to mount it. That's no big deal. I'll just put flanges on each side of it, like that, with flanges, and then tighten it down. All right. So let's get some measurements here at what we want. We don't want to have to crank it all the way in, so we want the block long. I'm looking for my, here we go. I'm looking for my larger scale so I can kind of draw up a plan of attack here. And a piece of paper would be nice. Okay. And a pen. All right. So the block is going to have to, it has to go beyond that, beyond the spindle. So we're looking at can I get by? Nope, can't get by with 6. 6 would be pushing it. 6 and a half, 7. 7 would be the best. All right. So let's just draw a little pattern here. So 7 inches, and then the width has to be, it's going to be quite a chunk, 4.5. So to the outside of this, okay, 7 inches, 4.5. Then we need to build and that doesn't have to go all the way up. So so we'll probably only go halfway. Oh, you know what? Just thought of something. My shield is in the way for doing that. Darn it. I may have to zigzag around that in order to get it to fit without messing with the shield. So that means I'd have to cut part of this out That's gone. So now, no. Got that backwards. This will be gone. This will be gone up here. This is what we want. So that's gone. Let's start over. See, on CAD I just delete and I don't have to look for another sheet of paper. Alright, so up on the top, we want it to be and that can be 4 inches. Want to get it as kind of as wide as we can. 4 inches. And then when it comes down here, well, we want to come down back how far? Maybe 4 inches. So 4 inches. 4 inches here. You're probably bored to death. All right, so then we want to go 4.5. So it's only 1/4 inch on each side. Like that. And then actually this will be a step. Be 2 tabs basically on it. And that we want just a couple inches. Now, do we take that block full height or do we do something else there? That's the footprint. That would be pretty tall. Or we could put one like that and one like that. And go just 4 inches wide all the way back. And then mount the block on top of that block. That's what I'm going to do. So the first plate is going to be 4 by 7. 4 by 7, and doesn't matter what the thickness is as long as I got room enough for the bolts. So I'm going to go ahead and round up material, and hopefully you get the plan of what I'm going to do. I'm going to have the plate on here, and then I'll have a block on there that sticks up like that with the hole bored through it, and then the lever for the plunger. You'll see as I get there. The motor is still running over there. I'm going to go over and stop it, and then I'm going to go look for material, and I'll come back when I'm on the mill making chips.